Hey, welcome into the 5 to 9 Hustle. My name is Eric. I'm a part-time reseller. I primarily sell men's clothing, and my main platform is eBay. Today, I'm going to show you 5 kinds of men's pants that you can go pick up at a thrift store and flip for good money. I feel like there's tons and tons and tons of content about jeans and what brands and types of jeans to look out for. But I just find at my thrift stores, the jeans section is usually about this. It's very quick, and then it's like, okay, now what? There's all these other pants there, so let's make money from those too. And I'm not talking like super rare home run items. I'm talking about your like $25 to $35 pair of pants, bread and butter sales that you can do over and over again and make some decent cash flow in your reselling business. So let's get started. We're going to talk about 5 today. Give me a like if you like the video. I know the advice is tell people right away, hey, like the video and subscribe. But you just got here. You don't know if you like the video. So make me a deal. If as we go, you find yourself nodding, oh, yeah, that's good. Or you're like, ooh, I need to write that down. Hey, give me a like. You got some value. You like the video. So we're going to start with convertible zip-off pants. We'll share some screen. I'll show you some numbers. And let's get started. All right, let's look at our first category of pants that you can look for in the thrift store to flip for profits. And I've just done a search for convertible zip-off pants, and then I limited my search to men's clothing, buy it now, and pre-owned. And we have 877 results. I didn't drill all the way into the pants category because some people might list these as active wear. Sometimes stuff shows up in the jeans category, even though it's not jeans. Some of these might even show up in sporting goods, so I might be missing a few of the listings that way, but this should be pretty good. So we've got 877 results. And then without even taking any brand into consideration, let's see how items with those keywords are selling by clicking on sold. Okay, here we go. 736 sold. So right away, we're almost at 100% quarterly sell-through rate, or really close to 30% monthly sell-through rate, which is what I like with my thrifted clothing, without even taking brand in consideration. So you can see that convertible zip-off pants are really hot sellers. Brands to look for, Ex Officio is definitely a good one. Look, there's somebody dipped down to Eddie Bauer. Somebody's dipping down to Woolrich, and Cabela's, not a brand I'm normally picking up, but for this type of item, I definitely would. The more premium brands, like we have here, the North Face, Mountain Hardwear, Cool, sell incredibly well, and as you can see, for really good money, 55 there, 40, 45 plus shipping. There's some more Cool. But the kind of the lower tier brands, like Columbia is probably what I come across the most in convertible zip-off pants. There's another Eddie Bauer. You'll see that sort of the more average run-of-the-mill brand pair of these is around $20 plus shipping. Nylon versions of these are the best. You get a little more money for nylon, and what's nice about nylon pants is a lot of times they will ship under a pound as well, but still in that 12 to 16 ounce range, so $5-6 shipping. And so what you'll see with the sort of average like Wear First cargo pant, I've never heard of that brand, right? Around $20 plus shipping, $5 to $8, $9 shipping. So say about a $25 pair of pants. And then your more well-known premium brands, 30 and up, $40. We saw the 55. So you get some really good money for these. I mentioned you want to look for nylon. Some other keywords, hiking is great. You'll find these in Columbia PFG. So a lot of people do associate these with like fishing and outdoor activities. You'll find ripstop fabrics. If they are nylon, you can say they're packable, which is a good keyword. But I've even sold a pair of North Face that had a hole in the lower leg portion. People will still buy those because they want them. They want them for the utility, or maybe they just want them for the shorts. And the higher end brands like North Face and Cool, if you find just the shorts and the legs are missing, you can still sell them as shorts, absolutely. So convertible zip-off pants, a really good seller in almost any brand. All right, let's look at our next category of pants that you can flip for good money and flip quickly. Golf pants. Golf pants sell great all year round, and some of them sell for really great money. A lot of them sell for just that good bread and butter money that we're looking for. I've got the search up here. These are the solds for golf pants. Buy it now. Pre-owned in men's clothing. We've got just under 8,000 results, 7,900. So let's go ahead and take the sold filter off of there, see what that is up against on actives. 10,289. So we're right about at 80% quarterly sell-through rate on golf pants, not taking brand into consideration at all. And with golf pants, you definitely do, because there's a lot of chaff in here. There are things that you definitely want to avoid. Here's one that somebody just listed, Izod. You do not want to thrift Izod, okay? You do not want Grand Slam. You do not want Pebble Beach. You do not want Greg Norman. Jack Nicklaus is a no. Things like there's Chaps Golf. No, you don't want that. But there are plenty of great brands that you do want, and they're still pretty common to come across. So, let's look at like our standard sportswear brands. Under Armour golf pants. Our same typical search, we're in men's clothing, buy it now, pre-owned. We have almost 1,400 sold pairs of Under Armour golf pants, and that was against 837 listed. So a better than 100% quarterly sell-through rate. Under Armour golf pants fly, essentially. Another, obvious one would be Nike. You do want to be careful with Nike. Not all Nike is created equal. So we've got 1,809 solds. And that is up against 2,129 listed. So with Nike, you can pretty well grab most of them. You do want it to be in good condition, obviously. You want the dry fit kind of material. This top listing here, Nike Golf Tour Performance, that is what sells the best. Nike Golf would be the second best. And then you'll also come across pants that are just branded Nike rather than Nike Golf, but it's basically like a pair of dry fit chinos. You could definitely pitch it as golf pants, but Nike you have to be a little careful with and get the right items. But most of the golf pants, I would say, can sell pretty quickly and for pretty decent money. I would rate Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas as kind of in that bread and butter range. So here is Adidas. Buy it now pre-owned. This is the actives. We got 367 listed here. Let's see what that is up against on solds. 436 sold on Adidas golf pants. So like Under Armour, greater than 100% sell-through rate. These will fly out the door for you. So you definitely want to pick those up. Beyond your standard brands, you've got some golf-specific brands you definitely could look at. Travis Matthew is a fantastic one. These are sold here. You see really, really good prices, pushing up $40 with the shipping. And 216 sold, and we are up against only 161 listed, so that's another one with a greater than 100% sell-through rate. Pants sell really well. I buy Travis Matthew polo shirts when I come across them too. They don't sell quite as well or for quite as good of money as the golf pants do. The golf pants are great. Another really good one to look out for is RLX. If you don't know, that is Ralph Lauren, and RLX is basically like their sportswear line. So here in the golf pants, we've got 87 sold, and you can see, pretty decent prices. And let's see what that was up against on what is listed. We've got 96 listed. So pretty much right at 100% quarterly sell-through on RLX. You'll also find Polo Golf. And some of those will actually sell good as well. Um, just play with it, look them up. Some of them might be old and pleated, you don't necessarily want, but if you find yellow ones or green ones or blue ones, like stuff like that tends to sell. So you can also look at Polo Golf. This crazy pair right here, I personally probably would have priced higher, but that's just me. Then other, the well-known golf brands, FootJoy is a really good one. So here we've got 410 solds, and you can see we're pushing $30 and $40 with shipping on pre-owned FootJoy. And that is against how many that are listed? 390. So right at 100% sell-through again, and really decent prices. And then, you can't mention golf and the country club lifestyle without Peter Millar. Peter Millar, another good brand of golf pant to look for. Not all of their stuff is like a performance fabric, and that stuff I think will sell faster, but it all does sell pretty well. So we have 409 solds on Peter Millar versus 349 listed. So again, greater than 100% quarterly sell-through on Peter Millar. One I didn't mention to skip on is Callaway. You might think, oh, FootJoy, Callaway, yeah. The pants for Callaway, whatever reason, they don't sell very well, so I would pass on those. But any golf pants that you come across, as long as it's not a trash brand, I would definitely look it up and consider buying them. Obviously if the sell-through looks good. And then your typical sportswear brands, bread and butter sales, right there on the golf pants. And like I said, they sell all year round. It doesn't matter the time of year. All right, so real quick, it's the following morning from when I filmed the golf pant segment, but I did just in fact sell a pair of golf pants. That brand is Link Sole, and it's a small brand that makes golf pants, and sold those for $35 plus shipping. So very happy with that. Now let's get on to our next category of pants that you can look for: corduroy. I have noticed in some brands that even if the overall that brand of pants doesn't sell great, the corduroy pants typically move a lot faster. So here's an example for J. Crew pants. Pre-owned, buy it now, men's clothing, like I like to do. We've gotten 1,915 sold listings, and that's going to be versus 4,326 actives. That's less than a 50% sell-through rate on J. Crew pants. It's right at 44%. So if you're there on the rack looking at a pair of J. Crew corduroy pants and you just look it up as J. Crew pants, you're doing yourself a disservice, right? So let's look at corduroy specifically. We've got 259 sold, and that is against 321 results. That's an 80% sell-through rate. So they don't quite get to the 100% mark, but for men's pants, that's still pretty darn good. But almost double the overall brand sell-through rates. This is why you need to know the specific items within brands to get. Another really good example of this is Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy pants. Now, in this case, I've actually filtered for the brand as well, because if you just search Polo Ralph Lauren, you'll get Ralph Lauren results as well. And if you're new to flipping clothes, Ralph Lauren is not Ralph Lauren, right? It is, but it's not. Okay, so don't be the person that just lists that as Polo Ralph Lauren or as Ralph Lauren. It's the green tag, right? It says Ralph Lauren. That's produced under license, all right? And it's roughly equivalent to IZOD. So just FYI. So that's why I've filtered for the actual brand here. We've got 898 solds. And then I'm going to take off the solds so you can see 809 active listings. So Polo Ralph Lauren has a greater than 100% sell-through rate on corduroy pants. And what is amazing to me as well is check out the results on pleated corduroy pants. We have 221 sold, 182 listed pleated corduroy pants, even if they're cuffed, pleated and cuffed, like dumpy old professor style is in, I guess. I don't know. But I found out very quickly when I started selling pants, flat front is more desirable. You don't really want pleated stuff. Make an exception on Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy pants because they just, for whatever reason, they're in demand and they move. So a few other brands you can look for that have this same sort of phenomenon. 100% sell-through rate on corduroy pants, American Eagle, Abercrombie, Vineyard Vines. Those are a couple there, like American Eagle is easier to find. A couple other ones that are more like in the J. Crew area, like 80-ish percent quarterly sell-through rate, LL Bean and Brooks Brothers. However, Brooks Brothers, a lot of their pants have a named style on the tag. Like one that I can think of right now is Elliot. And if you look it up by that specific style name, some of those do have a 100% sell-through rate in corduroy pants. And then ones to avoid, something that I always have in my head is like, oh, if it's good for J. Crew, it's probably good for Banana Republic. It's not. Banana Republic corduroy pants, some of them do sell, but not at the clip that we're looking for to have fast flipping bread and butter inventory. Same thing with the Gap. And then brands like Joseph A. Bank, are still a no, even when you find the corduroy. So that's the deal on that. If you come across corduroy pants, make sure to look them up. All right, up next, we have a category with a little bit of overlap from what we looked at earlier, cargo pants. So the convertible zip-offs are going to be in this as well, because those are pretty much all cargo pants as well. But just cargo pants as a whole, super high demand right now. This is another one I'm going to look at as just the generic search, cargo pants, pre-owned by it now. We've got 24,000-ish actives. And then I've got the solds pulled up in another tab because I want to thumb through them a little bit. 20,600 sold. So another one just selling at a super high clip. Not quite 100% quarterly sell-through, but keep in mind, we're still not looking at any specific brands, just cargo pants in general. And we've got 83% sell-through rate for cargo pants. So quick movers. And you can see the type of stuff that is going. We even have Wrangler, Duluth Trading is a good one. A good tip, if you're just sort of doing general research, this little brand area over here on the left, and you can see the numbers there. It's telling me how many are in this sold search results, right? And so you can see what's really selling a lot of, so 511 Tactical, Carhartt, Columbia, Duluth, here's Polo Ralph Lauren again, even Wrangler, right? So thought I'd just thumb through these real quick, see the types of brands that people are selling. Mountain Khakis is a brand, I buy pretty much all of their pants that I find. 511 Tactical, and a lot of people like selling. I find it to be tricky because they also make what is essentially like security guard uniform pants. And I wouldn't necessarily get those, but something that's more pedestrian, I think I would, Abercrombie, Duluth, Carhartt, great brand of pants to sell. Plenty of 511 Tactical. We even have some Old Navy in here, but obviously, the prices are not going to be what we want. Cool, of course, we buy all of their pants. But, so brands like that, Carhartt, Cool, etc. If you find them, great. If you find them as cargo pants, even better, right? So let's look at a few more specifically. We've even got some Under Armour up in here, but you see a lot of Wrangler selling, a lot of Levi's as well. So I went ahead and pulled up Levi's in particular. For sold, we've got 622. And let's see how many are listed. 515. So Levi's cargo pants have a greater than 100% quarterly sell-through rate, and that's going to be vastly better than what the Levi's jeans do, right? Not that there's not good Levi's jeans to sell, but I also want to look at Columbia, because Columbia is one that I come across often. So we've got 1,100 sold, and it's going to be verse 1,661 listed. So not hitting that 100% quarterly sell-through rate. So Columbia is one to be careful with, or think about your environment, right? Thrift stores, my average buy cost on pants is $4 to $6. But if I'm at a yard sale or a flea market and I can get Columbia cargo pants for $1 or however many you can fit in the bag for X amount type of thing, then I would definitely pick them up, even though they don't hit that that sell-through rate I look for. If I can get them cheaply, I'll definitely do it. But let's look at what happens when you throw on the keyword nylon. And for whatever reason, when I do that, it keeps my category, it keeps buy it now, but it drops off the pre-owned. Don't know why. So nylon cargo pants in Columbia, we have 629 solds, and that is going to be verse 617 listed. So if you can come across the nylon shell Columbia cargo pants, definite buy for me, at least. Also, I wanted to look at Wrangler in particular. I come across Wrangler absolutely everywhere I go. It's one of the most common brands of pants that I find, and most of the time I'm skipping, because you can get Wrangler jeans at Walmart, right? But so cargo pants in particular, though, we've got 1565 listed or sold versus 1500 listed. So 1565 sold, 1500 listed. That's 100% quarterly sell-through rate on Wrangler cargo pants. But where I would be careful is, you got to look at the prices, obviously. I don't want $13 plus shipping, right? I don't want $15 plus shipping. I definitely don't want $8 plus shipping, If I'm thrifting pants, I really want 20 plus shipping is like the bottom, absolute bottom. 25 is better. But looking within the Wrangler brand, it's a huge brand. They do lots of different things. These Riggs workwear pants are awesome. Pre-owned, $35. Anything camouflage in a cargo pant, I would look at. Here's another Riggs. Those sell super fast and for great money. Lotting them up could be a good strategy on Wrangler, actually. But yeah, just be careful with Wrangler. The sell-through rate is there, but the prices aren't always there. So probably the more keywords you're able to add, the more value, such as ripstop, canvas. I've seen nylon Wrangler pants as well. But yeah, cargo pants in general, pretty much everyone you come across, you want to look it up and see if that's a potential buy for you. Just as a general item, absolutely flying. A lot of demand for cargo pants. A final category of pants that we're going to look at today anyway, camo or camouflage pants. Definitely want to look up pretty much any pair that you find. And a little mental note here. So I've done search for camo pants, and I've got 4,862. Also did the same search, but camouflage pants, I have 3,565. So top tip would be to use both words in your title, both camo and camouflage, because if you're only using camouflage, you are not appearing for people that search camo, and that's going to be a popular search. And it looks like the same thing vice versa as well, for people that go ahead and remember how to spell camouflage and spell it out. So use both words in your title every single time to make sure that you're always appearing. So I'm going to go ahead for this and go with camo because we have more listings to look at there. We had the 4,800 and our solds, just doing men's pre-owned camo pants, 4,070. So again, not quite that 100% sell-through rate as an item in a category, but again, we haven't even looked at brand yet, and someone even sold Faded Glory, which is Walmart, if you don't know. But thumbing through, you're going to see brands that you would expect, like Realtree. You're going to see a random blue pair of Nike Pro Combat. I'm not sure how that got in there. But yeah, Cabela's, vintage military, absolutely. Wrangler. So essentially what you're doing here is going to look up really any camo pants you find. But brands that are common to find with a 100% or better sell-through rate in camo will be both Levi's and Wrangler. And both of those will also get you typically at least $20 plus shipping, and quite commonly a little bit more than that, $25, $24.95 plus shipping kind of thing. But also hunting brands like Cabela's, both True Spec and Proper. They're another one that make sort of like uniform pants. A lot of times they're ripstop, canvasy type things. Those sell well in camo, redhead, yeah. But your other sort of brands, more common fashion brands that you find camouflage in, a lot of times there aren't enough listings to sort of judge the sell-through rate. But look at them and probably buy them. Like, just think, like, if the jeans sell or if the pants typically sell, you probably want to get the camo version that you find. And I'm talking about things like Lucky Brand, Buffalo, Mark Echo, like J. Crew, those PacSun, mall brands. When you find the camo stuff, stop and look at it, and it's probably going to be a buy. And here's a little extra tip for you. Not just pants and not just camouflage. If you ever find anything, Polo, Ralph Lauren, that is camo or just remotely military looking in some way, like the drab green, olive green kind of color, pants, cargo pants, shorts, vests, jackets, whatever it is, that's a buy. It all sells fantastic, and for really excellent prices. You can get $60 for pre-owned pants. It's a happy day. You get $110 for pre-owned camo cargo pants. That's a happy day, right? So yeah, anything Ralph Lauren, remotely military looking. Here we're just looking at camo pants. That's a buy, and price it up because people will pay for it. That it's just in super, super high demand. People love the camo for whatever reason. But yeah, the Polo, Ralph Lauren, and particularly if it's more vintage, it's going to fetch the higher prices. But don't be scared to price that stuff up. You could be sitting on a $100 pair of pants. All right, so that's 5 categories of men's pants that you can look for to start making money. And I tell you what, make me a deal. If you somehow got this far into the video, then you liked it. It was a good video, right? So go ahead and click the like button for me. But yeah, I chose those categories in particular because I felt like anyone could quickly go through a rack of pants and find those items. A lot of those will just jump out at you, like the camouflage and that sort of thing. Cargo pants are fairly easy to identify, and you could do that without looking at every label of every pair of pants on the rack. And move quick. Move quick, make money. That's what it's all about. I mentioned a few times in the video looking stuff up. If you're brand new and you're not familiar with how to do that, that is a key skill. So I will have another video on that. I'm going to link to it at the end of this one. So go watch that one. And yeah, like I said, click the like button, please. And go ahead and subscribe if you're into this kind of content, a little more long form, a little more in depth, and just much better than, hey, here's a list of brands. Go have at it, right? Let's look at what items actually make money, and let's go make some money.